Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Monday, April 12th, 10 p.m. Mountain Time 2021. The models are in, and they're showing heavy snow through May. Hey, yeah. Especially in Manitoba and the Southern Rockies. But the big story, deadly storms sweep through the south as a new storm is set to bring severe weather to Texas. The nexus of the schmexus. Keep calm. It's boom time. Rain and cool temps are headed to Tarrant County, Texas. Threat of severe storms and large hail tonight. Baseball size, potentially. And we've seen that in the last few days. San Antonio area could see severe weather, including hail and damaging winds as well. Heads up there. Wild weather in South Florida is caught on video as winds topple trees and ruin beach outings. Oh, God forbid. But some of the pictures are amazing. I mean, that's a very old growth tree there that seemed to pull up the lawn. Is that AstroTurf? I don't know. But look at her beach experience. Absolutely ruined. Can you imagine traveling all the way to Florida for vacation and there's a storm? How dare they? Oh, no, there's the cabana.
Oh, my fucking God.
Oh, my God. It's a cabana. Things are blowing up. They're popping off in Florida. One killed in Louisiana as storms hammered the south. Buildings destroyed in the Panhandle. And we just saw that one building, the cabana there, blowing over. It was absolute devastation. Well, not so much as here. Several homes in St. Landry Parish, Louisiana, completely flattened. So you could see the difference between one citizen and the effects in some others. Sign of the times. Cleanup continues in southwest Arkansas after severe weather moved through Friday. Not a good day in Arkansas. More trees down. Town Leroy Brown. That's another big one. Snow is back in the forecast. Can you believe it? It's almost May. Hey. But snow chances climb this week from coast to coast. You may not want to hear this, but cold and possible snow is coming to Michigan. Michigan has had a weather pattern change heading our way, and it's not a weather change most are going to like. Michigan has generally been warmer than normal since March 8th. Heads up, Top Knot. We've had just a couple of days in the last month that were a few degrees cooler than normal. Now a cold spell is going to move into Michigan this week and become a colder cold spell next week. What a tweak. And you thought it was spring. Weather blog, snow in Kansas this week. Hello, that's where we plant stuff. Yes, it's true. It looks like heavy snow in West Kansas. Coming soon to a Kansas near you. Denver weather, 2 really good chances for spring snow, ho, coming this week. We're going to get to the models in just a second. Minnesota sees accumulating snow by Tuesday, which is their lose day. In fact, plowable accumulating snow for northwest Minnesota. Say it ain't soda. Take a look at Manitoba, which even rhymes. And they're going to be pummeled. Record-breaking snow in Manitoba and Ontario. After 7 degrees Saturday, New England could see snow later this week. What a tweak! A soaking rain on Thursday night. Warmth of the moisture into Friday could mix with snow for some in New England. Well, we'll take a look at the models, and you're going to see some record snow coming to New Hampshire and potentially Connecticut. 3 to 5 inches of snow forecast for Grand Forks. Severe thunderstorms in Texas, the nexus of the schmexus. Critical fire weather in the southwest. Organized severe thunderstorms are possible across southwestern Texas into southeastern Oklahoma, with the threat for very large hail, damaging, and with gusty winds. Elevated to critical fire weather conditions are forecast Tuesday from southern Nevada into the Four Corners region. Then Wednesday and Thursday centered in the Four Corners region. Here you can see winter storms and watches up for North Dakota, that little tippy touch in Montana, and a little bit of say it ain't soda. Additional heavy rains are on the table late Tuesday into Wednesday across the lower Mississippi Valley and central Gulf coastal regions. These areas have been wet over the past weeks with rain totals 200 to 300% of average. This has resulted in high stream flow values and saturated soil, so heads up in those regions. The additional heavy rain threat will also lead to an increasing threat of flooding across portions of the lower Mississippi Valley and central Gulf Coast late Tuesday and into Wednesday. So be prepared. In contrast to the wet conditions along the central Gulf Coast into the lower Mississippi Valley, dry conditions, low relative humidities, and gusty winds will support an elevated to critical fire weather threat over the southeast, southwest Tuesday and Wednesday. Hello, and we're talking Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. The Four Corners boom time. With the large-scale pattern not expected to change much over the western U.S., with the above-mentioned slow-moving mid-upper system, there will likely continue to be a fire weather threat over the southeast till the end of the week, when the snow arrives. And let's check it out, shall we? Here we are at the newest GFS model on the planet, and we're going to walk it through, shall we? Here is your Tuesday. That's heavy snow moving into Manitoba, North Dakota, and North Say It Ain't Soda. Take a look at the snow in Manitoba. Yes, we're talking a foot or more. And this is going to fall through Wednesday. And Wednesday, the snow will explode in Colorado. A little bit of snow moving into the northern Sierras, as well as the rest of the southern Rockies, including Wyoming. Through Thursday, heavy snow in the mountains of Wyoming. More snow in the mountains of Colorado. And it will continue through Friday, where we have a secondary system pushing south into Nebraska, up to a foot of snow. 16 inches predicted in some regions of Kansas. Kiss my Anzus. I can't believe these models. Taos is going to get snow. They're going to open up the ski resorts. And then another 16 is going to fall on the Continental Divide all the way south to Albuquerque. Snow down into Mexico by Monday, April 19th. Wow. Now let's talk about the Northeast. I wasn't even focusing on that. So here, the snow's going to start to fall in the Northeast right here, Friday, April 16th, just 4 days from now. And it's going to increase in a way that could be record-breaking through Saturday in Connecticut, southern Vermont. Take a look all the way down to Massachusetts. So that could be some interesting developments. Those models are probably pretty freaking accurate at this point. So lots of interesting spring snow on the way as the western U.S. may be entering its most severe drought in modern history. Well, indeed, but it's not replicable to any of the droughts back in 1600 yet. But what we should glean from this 2000 to 2021 map is that this is the most drought in the Southwest that has ever been seen. And you can also clearly see here, if you're up to speed, because you're on our page, that there is a solar minimum effect, let alone a grand solar minimum effect. Here we have the last solar minimum back in 2000 and another solar minimum back in 2010, where there was almost no drought in the Southwest. And again, the drought quelched in 2020, but it's back on fire, which leads me to believe that we could be in for an epic drought in the coming 3 to 5 years. Now, this may be quelched by cosmic rays and winter snows, but we'll see how the monsoon comes through here. And, let me go back here and show you some of the maps so we can actually see where we're at. Here is the Relentless Drought. We'll just open that image up, and then I'll actually get to show you the snow water equivalents here. So we'll just look at these two images. The Relentless Drought here, we're looking at exceptional drought in the dark maroon. So that's a huge swath of area moving all the way through Tucson, Flagstaff. It's Tucson, I know. Albuquerque, Durango, or Durango, however you want to say it, and Salt Lake City, and Casperer, and Bend, as well as the San Francisco, and the Los Angeles. Yes, so these regions are, well, they're parched and unpronounceable. Westel Snowtel current snow water equivalent shows that Washington State is pimping, and the rest of the West is not the best. While we see almost average snowpack here in Montana, Washington State is showing up to 172% above normal, which is good news all the way for the east of the state. Heavy runoffs, amazing whitewater. Not so much in Idaho. They're looking as low as 46%, so they're going to be quick runoffs and very little rafting there. When in the last few years, Idaho has been the boon for moisture. We're actually looking for the boon for moisture up in, Washington State and northern Oregon. Take a look, 134%, 138%, 123, 102, 104, 123. Looking good up there. But the snow and moisture is coming. It's coming to Nevada, California, and the region that needs it. We're actually at 71%. They're showing 85, but it's somewhere right on this line. Between 85 and 67, we're right at the 71. What fun. And so we're waiting for more moisture, which is predicted, and we're going to be following it. As 34 earthquakes rattle Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano. Yeah. How do we get that in there? Let's see. We have the bad camera on tonight. I apologize. It's the best I can do. Now we're talking about Mauna Loa, and it's about to blow up. We've already predicted this months ago. There's just no predictive date, which is a good thing. Ding, ding. But it's going to happen anytime now. The big island of Hawaii, home of the world's largest active volcano, Mauna Loa, was rocked by 34 earthquakes on Sunday. What a fun day. While most of the quakes were low in magnitude and nothing were strong enough to cause tsunami, scientists warn that an eruption from Mauna Loa could be possible in the future. Yeah, the very near future. So heads up at Mauna Loa as the entire planet goes blank. Not a good sign. There's usually 100 earthquakes on this USGS downgrade service map, and we are wanting for more than a few dozen. So, sign of the times, Fagradalsfjall, volcano in the Reykjanes Peninsula of Iceland. The fourth eruptive fissure opens, connecting the dots on the map. And here you can see where the first, second, and third eruption, now the fourth eruption, creating that fissure, which we predicted would be atypical of this, a 2-mile-long fissure of continuously erupting lava is what we predicted, and it's filling in the space. Not only that, the lava is filling in the valleys, and it's now spilling over into the Meradalaer Valley and has already filled the entire Glendingaldo Valley. And it should soon be spilling over here and down here. So we're watching it develop as we watch other things develop, like Soufriere, St. Vincent volcano. Dramatic changes to the crater. And the last dramatic puff happening at 4:15 a.m. this morning, here, captured on radar from Montserrat. As the entire country is covered in ash, as we reported on earlier in the update, a new gigantic hole has formed at the top of La Soufriere. And there it is. There's still a lake above it, amazingly enough, filled with ash. And here we are at the GOES satellite. Here we are coming from morning to night today, and you can see St. Vincent down here with very little activity. Just 2 little puffs there. Watch it. Puff. Puff, puff. So 2 puffs and it's gone quiet. That's good news for now. It's completely quiet. All the ash has settled. And according to seismologists, what we're waiting for is a repeat of the 1902 event, which lasted for 5 weeks. And at the end of the event was the VEI-4 to finally cap the coffin. So that's the historical information, and we're just waiting for what happens. What is going on here? Let's take a look. Now, this is pretty interesting. What mud bubbles can tell us about volcanoes? And we're talking about the Aetna Eruption here. So let's take a listen.
Mud bubbles are located several miles from Mount Aetna in Italy. But scientists think they might hold the key to predicting what Europe's tallest active volcano might do next. The Salinel mud pools, located in the town of Paterno, are created when magmatic gas, mostly carbon dioxide, mixes with methane from underground hydrocarbon reservoirs, bringing water and mud to the surface. Volcanologists like Salvatore Giamanco see the mud pools as a window into Etna's activity.
those are real mud volcanoes where highly salty water, more concentrated than seawater, is emitted together with gas, which is bubbling right in the center of the vent.
Fountains of lava from Mount Aetna have been regularly lighting up the Sicilian night sky since December, and the current cycle of eruptions has so far posed no risk to the human settlements that surround it, just like the other 200 or so that the mountain has produced since 1998. But Gianmanco wants to leave as little to chance as possible should that change. He says the very first hints of an eruption could be in the mud pools.
We can predict what Mount Aetna wants to do just by looking at the amount of gas which is emitted and the proportions between magmatic gas and hydrocarbons. When magmatic gas increases, it's clear that something new is about to happen on Mount Aetna. And more important, the fluids emitted here become warmer. The temperature that we normally measure is actually the ambient temperature. But during stronger eruptions of mud, the temperature rises up to almost 50 degrees Celsius.
Gianmanco is expecting Mount Aetna to rumble on for several more months before returning to a more dormant state. Meanwhile, he'll be keeping a close eye on the mud.
Or the mud will get hot and the baby will pop. So it's anyone's guess. But he is hoping for the best. And good for him. Connection found between household chemicals and the gut microbiome. Now, if you're not aware, your gut microbiome controls your health. Not pharmaceutical industry, not the doctor, not the hospital. It's what you eat. Remember when Grandma said you are what you eat? She was not lying. She was telling you the truth. And new information is coming out, which is lost old information, that the flora and fauna growing in your gut have everything to do with your health and your happiness. So change your diet, change your life. And yeah, change your lifestyle. The household chemicals you're using are killing you. How about some vinegar and water? That's all you need. And maybe a little of the N1 oil. But that's just, essential oils from plants. Here we're looking at the giant hole, I don't know why it's up here, left by Soufriere in the ongoing eruption in St. Vincent. Early season snow blast Australia. Worst frost in decades. Ravaged Europe with agricultural disaster. Declared in France as rare April snow and record cold hits the UK. Have you heard? Yeah, the cold times are returning and the mid-latitudes are refreezing. In line with the Great Conjunction, historically low solar activity, cloud nucleating cosmic rays, and meridional jet stream flow. Early season snow blast Australia. A powerful Antarctic front is bringing early season snow to Australia's southeast like a beast. There's the photo footage. And now scientists discovered Doomsday Glacier. We covered this the other day. Underwater volcanoes melting Antarctic's unstable ice sheets. Warm waters put the glacier at risk of completely collapsing and inundating the earth in sea level rise. Except current climate model simulations significantly overestimate future sea level rise because they don't take into account things like science. Yes, thermal expansion and physics. Just alarmists feeding you a line of bullshit. Scientists find smoking gun proof of a recent supernova near Earth. Yes, it's our sun. Oh, God, they're so far away. Japan starts releasing Fukushima water into the sea in 2 years. What could go wrong? I mean, the ocean's big, right? Abrupt ice age climate changes behave like cascading dominoes. It's too late before you even know it's happening. Yes, we've all seen the movie, and it's coming. Are you prepared? Famed Egyptian archaeologist reveals details of 3,000-year-old lost golden city. More hidden information being revealed to you in plain sight. Oh, we've known about this for 40 years, but we're going to tell you about it now. Vaccine passport systems are ripe for abuse and destined to fail. Did you hear that? I did. Destined to fail. That's because there's already counterfeit vaccine passports. Anyway, hope you got something out of the video. The indoctrination is complete. All of the younger generations are now complicit sheep. Well, except for maybe 5%. The rest of you that subscribe hopefully have a chance. Are you preparing for the inevitable? We're reporting on it. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance in a dystopian future with lots of geophysical activity. And what I mean by that is volcanic eruptions, earthquakes, grid down scenarios, and booms to knowledge. Click on one of the other boxes to gain more of it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Share this with like-minded people. Thanks to all our one-time donors, our Patreons, the people that share this video. You're all heroes. If you need medicinal seeds, stop asking me and go to happyseeds.com. Link will be below. Ho, ho, ho. No, 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 no.